Okay, hey ho, there we are. So, welcome, guys. We are, I think we're streaming. So, if someone is seeing this, go ahead. Hey, are you out there? Show me that there's signs of life out there. So, what we want to do is we need to talk about the importance of getting your system set up. So, I get a lot of comments from people saying, "Well, this ain't working," and how come the installer don't work? And I thought it was supposed to have this, that kind of stuff. And here's the thing: my goal here has never been to hold your hand through every single part of all of this. Okay, sometimes you got to go to the bathroom yourself. You're gonna have to like wipe your own nose, that kind of stuff. I'm happy to show lots of empathy and help you along with some of these things, but my goal is to help you to be sufficient in what you're doing, right? That whole adage, you give a man a fish and he eats for a day. Yo, you teach him how to fish and he's going to eat for life. So what I want to do is I want to get you to get your system set up properly. Now, this brings up a question a lot of people have. This whole idea of like Pinocchio. People are like, oh man, I got the Pinocchio app for this, and I tried to do this, and it's almost like you expected me to give you a Pinocchio app. And by Pinocchio, what I mean is, man, that sucker. They give you your Python, they give you your mini conda, they give you everything. It's all packaged together, okay? All your drivers, everything, and in your mind, you're like, this is awesome. This is everything I ever needed. I don't have to do a thing. But here's the thing. It screws up your system, okay? Because all of a sudden, what happens is you install a couple of those things, and then things start to conflict because it installed this one here, and then it installed this other here, and then you got three versions of something, and all this stuff starts to mingle, and you're because you went the kind of the easy route, you ended up making mistakes that that really screw up your system. So we do not want to. My goal here is again not to hold your hand through every step, but to get you to a place where you don't need me to hold your hand. Okay, so we want to set up our system correctly, right? And one, I'm telling you, there it's like it's like this nirvana moment. You get your system set up, and then all of a sudden everything starts working. Just boom, starts working like that. So again, I'll repeat myself again. When you install this Pinocchio stuff, a lot of times what happens is it's because it's giving you everything. It works that time, but then later on down the road, you're trying to do something, and it doesn't work. And the saddest thing that I have to do is every once in a while I got to tell the person, say, listen, your system's so messed up, you're going to have to wipe and start over. Okay, and that's obviously not a great day for them. So let's go ahead and we're going to walk through I'm not going to sit here and install everything, but I'm going to show you the basic stuff that you need to have installed. Once you get this stuff installed, over there on the Patreon page, when you get these installers, they'll install like that, okay? Like once you get the system set up, this stuff, and it's very fulfilling to just see go brrr, and there's no errors, okay? So let's walk through some of this stuff. Now, first of all, you're gonna have to bear with me here. I got to set up some windows here. I want to show you the Discord, okay? The Discord server over here is going to be one of your best friends because from here you're going to be able to get assistance, okay? So let me make this a little bit smaller for you. I'm here almost every day. I mean, obviously I have a life. I got kids and stuff like that that I got to take after, and I got dogs and all that good stuff. So I'm not always around. Boy, that is really big. Anyway, you can get the idea. But we're always here, okay? Now, come find us. I always leave the link. Come into here. You can get in here. We can start out. You can introduce yourself. Most people, we hang out here. Where'd this go? We hang out here in the general section, okay? So come out here. You can ask questions. The biggest thing that you need to know, though, over here is the troubleshooting section. So here it is, down at support queue. So you can go here and put a post there. All right. So if you're having issues, come here. You might be able to find something here that guys can already help you with. This is like one of the best places to get help. And you don't have to wait for me to show up because I got to sleep sometimes, right? So, and the more people that come in here, the more we can get this going. So come in here, set a new post. Welcome to hang out in the general section over here, and you can drop stuff in your image and share what you're working on. Okay, so that's our number one thing. You need to get used to the Discord. Okay, the other thing I'm going to show you over here. Let's pop over to the browser, and I gotta. Boy, I didn't set this up very well here. My apologies. Let's go ahead and put this browser up here. Okay, the next thing that you want to learn about is this Patreon site. Okay, or not Patreon, my site. If you go over to cognibuild.ai, it will bring you to. Where's that at? Dang it. I'm sorry. I got myself all confused here. Okay. It's going to bring you to here. Click on the blog. Okay. Now over here on blog, there's all sorts of different stuff here that I've documented. So if you're running into different problems, you might find the solution here. Okay. This is a good place to look. Another thing that you can do is if you get a problem like this, like module torch library has no attribute. Okay. You can always try Googling it, okay? And then, and just see what it comes up with. And a lot of times you'll come up with GitHub answers. Stack Overflow is very good for getting these, okay? But I'm going to tell you, the best place to get direct help is just going to your Chat GPT. And Chat GPT is so good that you can just literally just paste that bad boy in there, and it pretty much figures out what you need to do. So you can have a conversation with ChatGPT. I talk with ChatGPT throughout the day, like every day. Okay, I'm talking with ChatGPT. So these are your three main ways that you're going to be able to get help. You're going to have our Discord over here. Come be part of the Discord. Hang out with us, dude. We literally do AI all day long. Okay, and we just sit there. We're doing stuff, talking, and just doing it. So come hang out with us. The other thing is, again, check out the damn it, where'd that go? Getting confused here. All right, just use your Google search. Okay, go check out the blog over here where I've registered some stuff, and check out ChatGPT. All right, so these are going to be your big friends. Okay, now let's talk about getting the system actually set up. Okay, because we need to know actually what we need to have installed. Okay, I'm going to show here. I'm going to click over to a desktop view. I'm going to get an infinite regression here. Okay, let's click on our start window here, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just type add or remove programs. Okay, now I'm going to give you this. Going to give like kind of a peek of what's on my system here. Now, notice I've got my CUDA development stuff. Okay, this is all stuff. I have videos on how to install this, but I also have a script that you can just click that will install all of this. Okay, but this is kind of how it should look. You should have this. You shouldn't really have more. You shouldn't have 18 of these. Okay, you should just have like a certain number of them. You notice I've got my FFmpeg installed. Okay, my K-Lite codec is installed. I want to get down here to oh, here we go. Notice my CUDA. I've got CUDA 11.8. A lot of you guys that get in here, you've got CUDA 11.8, you got 12.4, you got 12.1. That is going to mess up your system, okay? The CUDA drivers are meant to have one version, okay? And while technically you can have them installed and it not cause problems, it can cause problems in the future. Because think of it like this. You have an application, and that application says, hey, I need to find my CUDA driver. It's over here. And it goes, okay. Or the CUDA driver's over here, and the application says, I need to find it. But there's another one over here, and it goes, oh, okay, well, oh, there's CUDA. And so it rushes over here. Well, it doesn't work, okay? It goes, well, and then you're sitting there going, why isn't this working? I have CUDA installed, and then you install 3 other things because you're just panic installing now, okay? This is what I talk about having a stable system. This is also what Pinocchio does. When you use Pinocchio installs, it screws crap up because it puts wrong CUDAs. I used Pinocchio once, and I had to redo my CUDA installation because it messed it up. So in here, you should only have one. I suggest that on your Windows machine, you use 11.8, okay? Because most of the apps work on 11.8. When you get into other stuff that needs like a 12.1 or 12.4, that's when you want to go over and use your Windows subsystem for Linux. That's what I'll use that, because honestly, if there's 12 applications that we're using, 11 of them will take 11.8, and it's like the 12th one will need it. So you don't change your whole system for one app. Okay. So anyway, so here we are. Now notice I've got all these. So you want to look at your system. If you've got a million of these in here and different versions, get rid of them. Okay. Get down to one. Now the other thing here is, notice my Python. Look at, I only have one Python installed. I have Python 3, 10, 11. Some of you guys on here, you're going to have 3.10, 3.8, 3.12. And it's like, oh my goodness, it's it's no good. Okay, because for the same reason, you're going to have a system that said, okay, I'm going to go get my Python, and the Python you want's over here, but it's going to go find the Python that's over here. And again, you're going to be scratching your head going, I don't understand why she ain't working. Okay, so get one Python. If you have applications that need a different version of Python, that's where your mini conda is going to come in, because then we can actually create a virtual environment that uses a different Python version. This is our base system, and I think that's the main thing you need to understand, is that we're setting up a base system, the system that shouldn't be the incorruptible system, right? The one that we want to stay incorruptible. So on this one, we don't want a lot of stuff. We can create virtual environments for the other stuff. So again, if you see multiple stuff in here, get rid of that stuff. Okay, the last one here really is the mini conda. Okay, and you should only have one mini conda in here. Okay, oh, here's a few other things we can look at. Again, if you got multiple mini condas, you just get rid of them. Microsoft Visual C++, this stuff. Some of you guys got like 18 versions of these. I mean, I've seen systems, it's like you've got 2024, 23, 22. You don't need all that. It's just eating up space, and it's confusing stuff. What you need to do to get your system set up properly is to go over here, go to my website. So you go to cognibuild.ai, okay, click on the blog, and look at, I've got it pinned here. Installing Visual Studio 2019. Okay, all you got to do is copy this, highlight it, copy it. You open up a terminal window, and you paste that bad boy in. Okay, this will go ahead and install it. Now, there's a few other things that you have to do to know what you're doing, and for that, watch the video. But this is how you get the Visual Studio that you need. You do not need all of the other stuff that's in there. Okay, so if you got a million of these, unless you know what they're for, get rid of them. Now, you might have an app that you're running that needs a certain version. So if you have particular apps that you know are dependent on stuff, don't delete the stuff. But just know that, especially with a clean install, you don't need a million of these. Stop installing, stop panic installing. Just kind of more of a straightforward. Now, I'm going to show you here over on the Patreon site. If we go over to here, we can search posts, and I think if we type installer, well, no, that's not what we're going to type. A million things will come up with installer. We're going to type setup. Okay, here we go. Here's our basic system setup. Okay, so this is our administrative command prompt. I'm going to click back over here real quick. All right. Good Lord, look at how big that is. Okay, hold on, let me fix this really quick. Bring that up. There we go. Look at that, just like magic. Okay, so if you're over here, you can go ahead and get this basic system set up, okay? So all you got to do is download it. Where's it at here? Oh, this is the tutorial. Okay, so actually these tutorials are good to go through, but I have a actual download thing. Where did that go? Okay, well, we'll find it. But let me show you what it looks like over here. Let me click over to my file explorer. Let me close out some of this stuff. Okay, so if I click here, we're going to pop on over. Okay, so here we are. So under system check, okay, here I will find the link before we're done here. You're going to download this AI system setup, okay? Really easy. All you got to do is click on it, okay? And it's going to bring up a window. Let's show you what this window looks like. You got to pop in and out of this stuff, okay? So it's going to look like this. All right, and it's going to just walk you through everything you need. This script here has everything that you need for getting your system set up. So I'm going to click no on this stuff because I don't need to reinstall it. But let's say you're doing a brand new install or whatever. You'd press yes. It's going to go ahead and install your drivers. Okay, install your CUDA 11.8. Okay, yeah, that's what we want to use on this. Okay. That's going to be your CUDA thing. Okay, now here's your mini Conda. This will go ahead. What this is, I'm going to go ahead and click yes on this because I want to show you what it does. It's actually going to download it. This will actually open up. This will download, but then this will open up the installer. Okay, and there's a couple of key things that are very important for that. Now, hold on, what is this? While this is loading, I'm getting a warning symbol over here. Let me see what this warning. Oh, all right. Well, I don't know. It's saying that my quality is not that great. Okay, while this is loading, I will go ahead. Someone says, hey, can you send an invite link to the Discord? Yes, I will by the end of the video. 1 moment. All right, boom. So this is my first live stream, by the way. So if it sucks, too bad. It's the first one. It'll get better. Let's go ahead. Okay, now I want to pop over to the desktop view here. Let's get rid of this. Okay, so notice it went ahead and it brought up the thing. So when you're running the script, it will bring this up. So let's click next, click I agree. Now, this is important. That kind of changed this up a bit. Make sure you click on just me. And the reason is because when we click it, it's going to give us certain options that we have. So now my mini Conda folder is used. I'm going to put a fake folder. You wouldn't do what I'm doing here. You would probably actually put it on your C drive, but I'm going to click next. Okay, this is very important. Okay, if you don't do this, your installs will not work. Okay, you need this for everything that you do in AI, whether you're using my stuff or using, so this is important. Click add mini Conda to my path environment. Okay, so that's very important. If you're getting mistakes that say Conda not found, this is why. Because what it does is the path, the environment, the path variables. It's like saying I'm talking to the computer and I said, hey, go run this Conda app. And the computer goes, do I know what Conda is? And it pulls out its dictionary and it opens it up and it goes, do I see? Oh, there's Conda. Oh, yeah, I do know it. So if it's not in the book, it doesn't know where to find it. When we click this button, we're putting it in the book, okay? If we don't click that button, then it's not in the book. Now, the other thing is do not, and that's a capital N, capital O, capital T. No way click this thing, okay? This one, it says register as my default 3.12. You don't want to do that because once you get your Python set up, okay, we want to use like Python 3.10.11. And if you press this, what it will do is it will put Mini Conda's version of Python higher up in this book. So then when it goes to the book, it'll send it to this version and it will mess you up, okay? So this is very vital. You click this one, you do not click that one. And then you just go ahead and click the install button and you're done. I mean, I can't even tell you how many people have a problem with that. And that's really the crux of it, is just doing that. So let's go back to our infinite regress here. Okay. So, gosh, why is this so darn big? I'm definitely going to have to work on this. Okay. So, I went ahead. Now you need to install Git. Okay. So Git downloads repositories. If you don't have Git, when you try to download the app, you won't be able to do it because all of this stuff, all the installers are doing is they're going to public places on the internet and they're grabbing it and they're bringing it down to your local computer. Okay? And that's what Git does. So if you don't have Git properly installed, you won't be able to get the apps. So you go ahead and press yes on that as well. I'm going to hit no just because we don't want to do it. Okay, here's your Python 3.11. I've got Python 3.10. Python 3.11 is great. Okay, so same thing. You install it. Only install it if you haven't installed it. WinRAR, I put that on there because a lot of things come with zip files. So you need to unzip things. One of the easy ways to do this, let me show you over here on the File Explorer. When you get a zip file, you can just right click on it. Yeah, let's do this. Let's get this down here. So once you have WinRAR installed, you can right click it and then just go WinRAR extract here. Okay, that way you don't have to open up the whole stupid thing and drag and drop and all that stuff. You literally can just right click WinRAR extract here and it'll put it directly into the folder that you're working on. Okay, so go ahead, GIMP. Now you don't have to install GIMP. GIMP is a open source image. It's like a Photoshop. Okay, it's like an open source Photoshop. It works very good. I create all of my video things for YouTube in this using GIMP. Okay, very good software. So you can install that. You got to learn this kind of stuff yourself. But again, I'm not here to give you a fish. I'm here to teach you how to fish. Okay, it doesn't matter if you're you know, you could. A lot of people are like, well, I'm not programmers. Don't matter. This is a hobby that we're doing, and when we're doing a hobby, you get good at your hobby, don't you? So same thing. This stuff, you're going to learn it by just doing it over and over and over again, and you'll glean it in. It doesn't mean that you're going to go off to MIT and suddenly start work, you know, get a degree or go work for Google, but it does mean that you're going to learn some basic stuff. So GIMP is a great thing. Now, OBS is what I'm using right now to speak with you. So if you're into doing your own podcasts or videos, you install it. If not, just skip it. Okay, broadcast goes along with OBS, so either yes or no. Now I probably should have put these in different order, but FFmpeg is very important. Okay, you got to have it when you're doing video generation. How video generation works is it. Let's say I make a film that's 80 frames that literally makes 80 images. Slice, 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 and then it puts them together like a flip book. Right? You draw a picture of a stick figure, then a little bit of a different stick figure, and you keep doing it through a bunch of pages, and you flip through it, and it looks like it's moving. So that's all that these videos are. FFmpeg puts it all together. Okay? You have to have FFmpeg, so make sure you install that. Your VB tools, you have to have this again, because some of these, not every app needs it, but some of these apps, what they do is they're actually building themselves. Okay, so when you some of the stuff we get down, it's already pre-built. It's all there. All we got to do is run. We just got to install the dependencies and run it. Some of these other ones, it comes down, say, with the C files or the Java files or whatever. Okay, and it has to compile those. And if you don't have this, they won't work. So you just got to follow this. Now, again, that was we talked a bit about this earlier. You got to watch the video because there is settings on here that you need to know how to do. Okay, Discord, you should install Discord. This is our community. This is how we communicate with each other. Okay, so again, let's see, we could pop over to here. Once you get into this stuff, this is how you're going to connect with people like me. This is how you're going to connect with each other. Let's see where that's at. Discord over here. Okay, so you get over to your Discord, and then you have access to the troubleshooting. You have access to hanging out with us, the general. When you do get over here, I will say, try not just to post your stuff in the general. Say hi and hang out, but post your trouble stuff in the troubleshooting. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to grab you an invite. So I'm going to copy this, okay? And now let's go back over here to where we were. Okay, I'm going to paste this into here. Oh, shit. It's not letting us do it because I'm... Okay, let's try it again. Because we're streaming, Discord is trying to keep us safe. So let's try this one more time. Okay, actually, I guess I'm gonna have to post it to you guys later. It's not going to. Yeah, it's not gonna let me see it right now. Okay, so I will get this to you by the end of the video. Okay, so anyway, popping back over to here, let's finish out this installation. The bottom line is install Discord. Okay, that was the lesson there. All right, so we'll go ahead. I'm gonna click no. It's already installed. Google Chrome, again, you might have browsers you like. Google Chrome is good because it's built for developers. It's built for people that are using this kind of stuff. I will tell you, if you're using Microsoft Edge, then so I want you to do. Take this hand and pick it up. Okay, bring it close to your face and then slap yourself. Okay, don't use Edge. Edge is garbage and it will cause you problems. Okay, now I'm not trying to hurt your feelings. If you like Edge or you got like an uncle and an auntie that work with Microsoft Edge, you're like, well, they've been working on that for years. I'm sorry, they've done fantastic work and all of my heart goes directly to them. But I am saying for the work you're doing here, you don't want to be using Edge. Okay, go ahead, use another. If you want to use Mozilla, whatever you want. I use Google Chrome religiously. Okay, it does everything I need to do. If I need to get into the back end of stuff, I can get into the back end. It's programmed so that it will work for stuff. It's good. Okay, so I recommend it, I guess, is the short thing. All right, K-Lite codec. Okay, that's not I said K-Lite code. That should have a C there. Install these. So basically, if you've ever had a time where you're trying to run a video and it says the codec is not installed, or maybe you see the image, or you can't see the image, you hear the sound but not see the image, then that's a codec issue. Install this and you will have no problem with your videos that you might be using. Okay, Notepad++. I use this. This is just a programming thing. So like if you want to look at code, it's an easy way to look at code. It keeps your tabs. It's just an easy thing. Sometimes you got to get in there and change code. If you were like adamant, like I never want to look at code, I would never want to do it, then don't bother installing it. Okay. It's just, I use Notepad for most everything, but I use Notepad++ when I need to get my indentations correctly, because things have to be lined up just right. Like exactly 4 spaces or something like that. Or if I need to do quick searches, Notepad+ is very good. Okay, and it's open source, so I'm a cheap son of a gun. I like free stuff. All right, OpenShot is very good. So Hush over here is saying something. Yeah, dude, I will send you an invite and you can yo it on up with us over here. I'll get that for you. I'll put it in the comments when we're done. Okay, so OpenShot is very good as well. It's an open source video editor. So again, when I create my videos, I throw everything into OpenShot. I usually create my intro. I'm like, hey guys, how you doing? I'm so excited, blah, 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 blah. You know, be sure to subscribe and like, blah. Okay, then I stop my video and that creates one file. Then I have my file of that robot on the skateboard, you know, yeah. And then I have my next one. So usually I end up with a minimum of 3 files. I open up OpenShot, I'll put them all in there, combine them together, make sure everything's right, just the way I want it, and then I can export it. Okay, and I can export it in whatever format or resolution I want. It's open source. Again, it's not perfect, but it's good. It's very good. I also use it when I'm making music videos. I use it for anything to do with videos. I made a video the other day of like all the babies that were generated, and at the bottom was the text. I use it for that. So OpenShot is very good software. Okay, Audacity, same thing, but for sound. So when I'm creating my music, I throw it into Audacity. Then I can cut clips, I can put things in, I can add sound effects, everything. Open source, very good software. And then you're done. Okay, so after running this, click it, you're done. Look at that, look at that. Oh my God, it's so good. So once you're done doing that, your system's set up. Okay, you shouldn't have any problems installing stuff. So then when you go over to the Patreon side and you grab your installers, they're just going to go right through. And then the only problem is going to be that you got to wait 15 years for the things to download because the models are so big. So, but that's how you do it, guys. So I'm just going to kind of reiterate what I said, and then we're going to close it up here. And if you have any questions, by the way, I talk real fast, so you probably don't get a lot of time to speak in here. If you have any questions before I go, make sure to write them over here in the chat thing, and hit that heart button. Man, I tell you, when I see those little hearts rise up, my heart itself rises up. So go ahead and like the videos and all that good stuff. But I'm going to just reiterate, okay? Getting your system set up is the most important thing that you can do to have a fulfilling AI hobby, okay? Relying on Pinocchio and this, oh, there, my heart just fluttered up. Thank you, guys. So when you install stuff with Pinocchio, it's fast, it kind of works, but it gums up your system, okay? It's like saying, I want to have a party, and so instead of going out and making friends and bringing them, I'm just going to go down to 7-Eleven and just grab whoever saying coming to my house. It's like, hey, instant party, but when you're done, you've got like weirdos in your house, and the house is trashed, and okay, so Pinocchio is not a good solution. Getting your system set up correctly is a good solution, okay? Because AI is an excellent hobby. It's an excellent hobby. I do this. I literally do this all day, every day. I love it. Okay, the guys I work with, they spend as much time as they can on it too, and I think you guys will enjoy it too. But you got to get your system set up right. So you can get the script over on the Patreon site. Okay, it's there. You'll find it. Okay, and actually, it's at the very top under the disclaimer. You'll see that there's a thing that shows you where to download it. Okay, if you think you have a bunch of this stuff but you're not sure, grab the system checker, run it. Okay, and it will show you what you do and what you don't have. Okay, easy peasy. Get it set up, get it done, get out there, generate stuff. Share with me the safer work stuff that you're working on, and you can talk with me about the other stuff if you want. Just don't send it to me, and you know, have a Merry Christmas. All right, so we're gonna catch you on the flip side as soon as I figure out how to find the stop button. So here it is. Get ready. Here it comes, the big yo.